So this is my Eastern Conference playoff predictions. So Cleveland, I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that they're the first seed this year. They're 17-1. I don't know when they're gonna lose their next game. Probably have to play Boston again to lose another game, but they're dominating to start off the season. The Celtics coming off a championship year, pretty good. Same old Celtics team. They got Porzingis back, I think, in today's game, if I'm not mistaken, or they got him back pretty recently. They get like 16 points or something, so that should be a good addition for them. The Magic, I'm pretty sure Banchero's still out, but no, playing pretty good basketball even without him. Franz Wagner, he's taking over the scoring load currently, so you know I think they'll maintain the third seed. I don't think that's crazy. New York, they started off the season kind of rocky, but they kind of been playing better as of lately. Cat and Brunson are a very, very good pairing. The Randall pairing, see, if Randall came back this year, it would have been like very awkward because I feel like Randall still thought of New York as his team, and you could tell like the vibe kind of changed once Brunson like really took off and really took the New York for his own. Like it kind of was like Julius Randle was like excluded almost, like he wasn't really like as pronounced, like you didn't really like hear much media bites out of him. That's just the vibe I got. Like I feel like it was just like a tension there. So the Cat trade, I really believe like it worked out for New York in its benefit. For Minnesota, not really as much. Milwaukee, I think Giannis, he tweaked it. He tweaked something, so he's out for a little bit. And Dame's carrying the show. And Damian Lillard's still that guy. Like he'll carry for you, like if you need him to. The problem is that when Giannis comes back, that Giannis and Dame pairing doesn't really work because they're not really playing to the most optimal way for them as a 1-2 pair to work. See, when originally they paired up, you kind of expected them to run pick and roll a lot. Like they were supposed to be like probably the best pick and roll duo in the NBA. The problem with Giannis though is that he'll set a screen. He just doesn't roll. That's the problem with Giannis. He'll rather he can't really shoot, so he like fades out, but it's almost to like the mid post area. Like it's not like they're not really like running an offensive scheme that's beneficial to both of them. And then also, Giannis needs his transition touches, and he could take someone off the dribble. Like I would trust Giannis to take someone off the dribble. So yeah, that's why I feel like the pairing's not really working as we thought it would. But hopefully they figure it out. I mean, they still have a pretty good team. Like they're not a bad team, but they just have to figure out the best way to optimize Dame and Giannis. And in my opinion, it's running more pick and roll. Like Giannis has to be a roller, in my opinion, more often than not. The Heat, same old Heat team, just coasting through the regular season. Bam, he's kind of been pretty mid to start the season. He's not really hitting the three that well as I thought he would. He has his games here and there, but I really thought he was gonna take like an offensive jump this year, but it's kind of the same old Bam. Jimmy, he's just doing his stuff, but yeah, it's just the same old Heat team that we expect. The Pacers, Halliburton has not been the same, obviously, ever since that hamstring injury. I don't think he'll ever get back to that 28 and what was it, like 13 he was averaging, like pre-All-Star break last year. I don't think he'll ever get back to that. Can he be like 22 and like 10 or whatever, like what we kind of expect him to be? I hope so. Like, I hope that injury like didn't like do that much to him. They said it was a hamstring, but you know, I guess the hamstring affects like people differently because obviously once James Harden got injured by his with the hamstring injury, you know, he never was really the same after it. You know, he's still producing, but it's not as we call it Houston James Harden. Or even when he was with Brooklyn, he was kind of like he was still like a 28, 29, 8-8 guy. Like he was in the MVP talk. But yeah, I guess hamstring is kind of just affecting the play of Tyrese Halliburton. So hopefully he figures it out because Siakam needs some help down there if Tyrese ain't helping him. Like only like Benedict Mathurin and squad can only do so much. So yeah, the Brooklyn Nets, they are the 8th seed right now, and probably if they kept what they're doing going, they could probably make the playoffs. I'm just being honest. It's the East. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they would make the playoffs. That's if they keep everyone and, you know, they don't do anything at the trade deadline. But Cam Thomas, you know, he's your main guy. Kind of, you know, I guess they're seeing what they got with him, and then if they do start falling through the standings, then, you know, they'll get a pretty good draft pick, and then we'll see who they draft. The Bulls, kind of the same old story with Chicago. They're not healthy. Lonzo's still out, I think. I think he's coming back this week. But, you know, the Bulls, they just kind of have, like, these little tic-tac injuries here and there. And then the team is just, like it's just not, like, they don't have, like, that it factor, basically. Like, LaVine, it used to be him, but now it's like, you know, LaVine, he not really, like, the guy. Then Vucevic, like, the Bulls, it's just, like, they're mediocre. Like, that's kind of what you expected from Chicago over these last few years, but, yeah. The Pistons, I mean, they're playing all right. I mean, they're better than last season, so, you know, it's a step in the right direction. Tobias Harris, you know, he kind of robbed them. He's like he's really not playing that. He's playing all right. Like, it's not bad, but it's not good. You just want to get it back, basically. But can they make the playoffs? Yeah. Will they? Probably not. The Hawks and the Hornets. The Hawks, kind of the same old story that has been these past few years. Great offense, Trae Young putting up numbers. It's just your defense just takes you out of games. Like, I don't know what they can do to figure that out. I mean, Dyson Daniels started off the season on a tear. He was, like, on a historical run. Like, he was about to end the season off with, like, I think, like, overwhelming amount of steals in NBA history. Like, he was averaging, like, 4 steals a game or like 7 deflections, like some crazy stat. And, you know, it's like they have good defensive pieces, just like it's not enough, I guess, to mask like their bad defense overall. Like, you have Clint Capella, Onyeka Okongwu, DeAndre Hunter, Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, and, you know, they're still a mediocre defensive team. I don't know. Charlotte, you know, they're still pretty young. I know LaMelo in his rookie year, I think he got them to like the play-in tournament or something like that. Like, I think they can make a play-in run. Will they? Well, who knows? They would have to go on a little winning streak. But yeah, LaMelo's a superstar. Like, obviously he's the guy for them. And Brandon Miller, he kind of picked it up after a slow start to the season. So yeah, it's alright. They got something good going on over there. And yeah, that's about it. The Sixers, I think they're toasted, bro. Like, they're cooked. But yeah, that's just my spiel on the East.